Hi, my name is Dr. Masuma Rasheed. Welcome to a 30-minute flow practice. We're going to learn today how to incorporate the mind and body together in a healing practice. Now, with our yoga practice, you'll continually do things on the mat that includes the mechanics, postures, poses, and physicality. I'm going to talk you through a little bit of the emotional side and what's going on with you, with your energy points, and what's happening inside to balance them out from a psychological perspective as well. So, with that said, we'll go ahead and begin. Take a deep inhale through your nostrils and exhale. Now, I often am beginning my classes this way because we constantly need a reminder of how the breath work can really revert back to old patterns, such as this, when we're breathing. So, we'll start that way again today. When you breathe in through your nostrils, notice how much is constricting within you. Now what we'll do is take the tailbone, sink it into the earth, crown of the head way up to the sky. Shoulders are back and down, and palms are up to the sky. Now take a deep breath in. And exhale. You'll notice that this breath, again, is very different maybe from the first breath. So, how can we eliminate barriers in our own pathway? When we do this, we have a lot of barriers in the way of our breath getting up to our brain, oxygen getting up to there, to allow focus, concentration, and all those things that we need to get through emotional pain and physical pain. But when we do this, we're eliminating as many barriers as we can. So we'll begin with the serenity prayer, which really resonates with the idea of what to control and what to surrender. Continue to breathe. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, right here, right now. The truth of this moment is not the truth of the next moment. So right here, right now is what we'll pay attention to. Take deep breaths there and see what that serenity prayer means to you. In our life, it's really hard and difficult to know when to keep going and when to back off. So during our practice today, we will let the breath guide us to know when to keep going and when to back off. If the breath becomes constricted or choppy anytime during this practice, try to get it as fluid as it is right now. If it still isn't fluid, that's your intuition telling you to back off. How lucky are we to have our breath connected to our intuition? If our intuition is so deep down in there that we haven't accessed it in a long time, because of things growing up, culture, society, what people tell us, it invalidates our intuition and it just pushes it away. Our breath will open the door to that. Let's access the breath to access the intuition. So with that said, we'll raise the arms out and up on the inhale. And on the exhale, soften the shoulders, soften the jaw, bring the shoulders back and down, almost turn the pinkies into each other and look up to the sky. And breathe. There's so much energy around us, we get to decide what comes in and what leaves. And on the next inhale, lengthen those arms. And on the exhale, we'll go ahead and plant them down and come to all fours. The wrists are right underneath the shoulders. The knees are about hip width apart. Take a deep inhale and raise the crown of the head and tailbone up to the sky. And on the exhale, slowly round the back and push away from the mat. Go ahead and come back up, tailbone high, crown of the head high, and continue at your own pace as I speak. Every time you're going straight into the inhale or straight into the exhale, notice that you might pause between. So, practice here, no pausing, going straight into the inhale, No pause, and go straight into the exhale. This is the idea where we practice impermanence, that everything comes and goes. And if we stop in the midst of things, we will miss out. We will suffer. So practice it here. Impermanence. On the next breath, we'll curl the toes and lift the tailbone high up to the sky. Take one deep inhale as you lift the tailbone high. On the exhale, you start to plant the heels low. And then walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, arms out and up. And exhale, slowly descend the hands down to the sides. Take the shoulders, lift them up, and exhale back and down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back and down. Raise the right arm right in front of you. Take a deep inhale. Take the left hand and bring the right forearm into the chest. All the while you're grounding the feet into the earth, four corners of the feet, navel to spine, shoulders back and down. Gaze is about a foot in front of you. Take a deep inhale and notice, are you shifting over to the left when you do this? How hard is it to, when things happen in our life, not to focus straight on that thing, but to balance ourselves out, ground ourselves both sides, and then focus on what's coming at us. And on the exhale, we'll raise the right arm up. Take the left hand underneath the elbow and pull it back. And breathe. Notice what's going on in your body right now. Notice in your energy points, what is lifting? Do you feel like you're constricting your breath, trying to get somewhere? Remember, we're not trying to get anywhere. Right now, right here is our destination. Destination is just accepting and surrendering to what comes next. So inhale, soften those shoulders, and exhale, go ahead and bring the right arm down. Inhale the right arm up to the sky, left arm over. Chest is open to the sky. Soften that right shoulder. Now again, I could do this if I wanted to really get somewhere, but if the journey's more important than destination, it's about staying here when I'm meant to be, grounded in 2 feet, lifting the right arm up, opening the shoulders, opening the chest, and landing exactly where I'm meant to land. Even though we so much want to reach for something, we compromise things on the way. So accept, surrender to this, and breathe through it. Arms down, inhale all the way up. And exhale, right arm down, left arm over. Soften that left shoulder. And again, I notice I'm not balanced on both feet, so I'm going to balance my left foot back into the earth and then open up the chest up to the sky. And inhale, both arms up. And exhale, slowly descend down. Bring the left arm up. And on the exhale, bring the left arm towards you. Now, notice the heart. Are the shoulder blades back and down? Is the heart open as something is coming towards it? So right here, something is coming towards the heart, right? Breathe into it and acknowledge, is it something that you're using to block things away? Block things from the pathway to your heart in order to have defenses up? Or are you pulling this in as a stretch? Are you breathing into it as an invitation for things to come in? Our projections are our perceptions. So as you continue to pull things in, as things come in within your heart throughout this world, as you walk around, notice how much of you are using things to block or using things to invite. And come back and go ahead and bring the left elbow up and back. Here's where I know my shoulders start to really hunch up. So softening those shoulders, breathing to the sensation. If you're not feeling sensation, then make it just a little bit tighter, for a little bit more difficult, and stretch that arm back. The whole point here is to feel. We have to feel things to free them. And go ahead and come down. Inhale, arms out and up. And exhale, slowly descend the hands to the heart center and squat down into a chair pose. Navel to spine, weight is in the heels, shoulder blades are back and down. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, we'll take the right elbow onto the left thigh. Look down and see that your knees are aligned, your weight is in the heels, and you're not muscling yourself into it. Now, if you notice, if I try to muscle myself into this with my left hand, my right hand, I am going to constrict my breath. But if I use my core and continue to be in this stance as I come up, if I use my core, which is where we keep self-esteem, power, and identity, to twist myself over, you'll find that you'll get a whole better twist without muscling yourself into it. Just like something in life, do you muscle your way into it because you want it to happen? Or do you use your core, your power, self-esteem, and identity? Power means you let go. Power doesn't mean control. Power means empowerment. You know when to let go and when to not. And come back to center. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, twist to the other side. Look down again and see that your knees are aligned. And again, the weight is in the heels. And look here, if I muscle again, like muscle myself into this, I'm feeling a whole lot of strain all within my body. My breath is constricted. So use your core to twist you over. Use your hands as a support. Push down with your right hand into the left, but without muscling into it. And continue to be in that stance as I come up. When we use the power, our self-esteem, and our identity, we truly understand that we can't make things happen in life. We can't muscle a door open when it's not meant to be open. So through the twists and turns in life, try not to muscle yourself into a door that's meant to be closed, but use your core, use your self-esteem and identity and power to understand how to breathe into what door is open. And come back to center. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale, fold. Inhale, come halfway up. And exhale, palms to the mat. And feet go back into an upper push-up position. Look down and see that your wrists are right underneath your shoulders. Your hands are spread out. The weight is into the knuckles. You're not clenching into the earth. Remember, we're not trying to clench onto anything. Worldly things, worldly belongings, worldly people. And notice with your navel to spine. Oh, there we go. Now I activated my core. I felt that. It's not easy to activate your self-esteem and identity. It's not easy to balance out power and control. It's empowerment, right? Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, descend down 90 degrees. Inhale, swim the heart forward. And pause. Whew. Push down into the earth. Shoulders go back and down. We don't really spend a lot of time here, so we shall do it right now. Take a deep inhale through the nostrils as you expand the belly. You'll feel a whole lot of sensation in the back muscles. So continue to do that at your own pace as I speak. Pushing down into the earth, breathing in through the belly, expanding that out as you breathe. You will feel a whole lot of sensation in places that you didn't even know could feel sensation. And that right there is understanding the power of now. Understanding how to be here in the present moment. Using our body as a way to focus and concentrate. That's the whole point, is how can we be present in this moment? And that means we feel. The more sensation you feel, the less your mind will wander. Curl the toes and come back to tailbone high and feet planted. Inhale the tailbone really high. Exhale, plant those heels. And on the inhale, we'll bring the right leg all the way up. And notice here, the right leg is going to be flexed, like you're flexing a footprint on the wall, on the back wall. Take a deep inhale and almost lift that right leg just a little higher. And on the exhale, go ahead and lunge it forward in between the hands. Bring the left foot down And slowly rise up. And go and bring those, inhale, bring the arms high up to the sky. And on the exhale, soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. Now you'll notice here that you ideally want the hips to be squared. And if you'll notice, my hips are kind of going over to the left side there. The things I can control and things I cannot control. If I spend all my time focused on the fact that my hips aren't completely squared, and if they are, I compromise other things in the way, then I will lose a whole lot of energy. So focusing on the things I can control. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, left arm back, right arm forward. I can control the breath. And therefore, if I focus on the breath, focus on something I can control, all of a sudden I'm activating more empowerment within me. That solar plexus is really activating because in those moments, it knows, I know, and I'm focusing on something that I can do something about, and the rest I'm trying to surrender to. On the inhale, bring the right arm up to the sky and over. Chest is open to the sky, right knee is bent. Soften that right shoulder. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, come back to center. Inhale, lengthen those arms, and then exhale, right elbow into right knee, left arm up to the sky. Now notice here, are you clenching into the earth? I know I kind of was, so I'm going to unclench using my 4 corners of the feet into the earth. Raising the left arm really high, sinking that right arm really low, the highs and low, and come back to center. Take a deep inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, windmill the hands down. Go ahead and come on the ball of your left foot. On the inhale, lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, slowly straighten that right leg out. Take deep breaths here now. Every time you lengthen the spine, you're going to inhale. And notice again if you're clenching onto the earth. Now, when we clench onto the earth, what are we doing? We're almost asking that the earth, the world, worldly things, worldly belongings, worldly people save us. But that won't happen. Worldly things, worldly belongings will support us in life. So I know my right leg is starting to shake. That means the shakiness right now that it feels is a shift and change that it's occurring right now in this moment for the next. So shakiness is good. And on the inhale, go ahead and bend that right knee. Plant the hands and bring it back to an upper push-up position. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, descend down 90 degrees. Inhale, swim the heart forward. And pause again. Plant the hands into the earth. Shoulders go back and down. And we'll take 3 deep breaths again. In through the nostrils, expanding the belly. The reason why we're doing this is because the energy point of the heart. We're opening up the heart right now and doing the physiological, the breath that is physiologically designed to calm us down is the diaphragmic breath, which is the belly breath, inhaling through the nostrils and expanding the belly. To do these two in combination can have a huge effect. It can allow us to have empathy, understanding, compassion with others in an easier way. And inhale, curl the toes, and exhale, tailbone high to the sky. Walk it out, bend one knee, straighten the other. Bend the other knee, straighten. See how different you feel from side to side. Oliver Wendell Holmes said, "A mind that is stretched with a new experience will never go back to its old dimensions." You are constantly shifting, you are constantly changing. On the inhale, we'll lift the left foot all the way up to the sky and straightening it. Now I notice I may not have been straightening my legs as much, but that's the part I can't control, right? Sometimes we think we're straightening things, sometimes we think we're doing things, but it's not actually happening in reality. So, therefore, what can I control and what can't I? Inhale, lift that leg just a little bit higher, and exhale, lunge it through. Bring the right foot down, and inhale all the way up. We've been here before, only on a different side. So notice from side to side how you feel. Inhale up, controlling the breath, managing the breath. Right arm back, left arm forward. This is where the solar plexus is engaged. We're in a warrior pose right now, but it's really a peaceful warrior pose. The idea that we're not too aggressive and not too passive, but we're assertive. That means we're strong in our stance, but we're soft here. We're soft in our shoulders and soft in our jaw. That gives us balance between hard, strong, and weak, soft. Take an inhale and bring that left arm up and all the way back, all the while bending the left knee. And we're not trying to get anywhere, right? Again, we've done that before. So instead of trying to get somewhere, open up the heart and allow the intuition to guide you to where you need to be. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, left elbow inside left knee, right arm up to the sky. And unclench, remembering here that your solar will keep you steady, your empowerment will keep you steady, your identity, learning your authentic self, understanding within you what's going on will keep you steady. And inhale, come back to center, and exhale, windmill the hands down. Come to the ball of the right foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and on the exhale, slowly bring that left foot straight. I know this is a hard one for me, so I'm going to breathe through it. We keep a lot of emotions in our body. We keep a lot of stress in our body. So each time we stretch, each time we release, we are also releasing an emotional stress. Take one more breath here, and on the exhale, rebend the left foot, plant the hands down, bring the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, descend down 90 degrees. Inhale, swim the heart forward. Do we feel different here now? Does the heart feel different? Does it feel more open? Does it feel easier? Maybe, because the more you practice, the more you feel flexibility. The more you practice, the more you're open to change. Flexibility, emotional flexibility. We're on this mat not just to attain physical flexibility, but also emotional. What in your life can you change and be open to that you weren't before? Inhale, curl the toes, and exhale, tailbone high to the sky. And go ahead and crouch on the inhale. And on the exhale, go ahead and come and land on your bum. Feet right in front of you. Take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, slowly bring your hands out. Bring your legs up to this, about parallel to the earth. Take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine, and hold. And as you hold, breathe through it as I speak. Right now, right here, each time you roll your shoulder blades back and down, you're activating an energy point within you. You're releasing something that maybe you didn't even know was there. The mind and body aren't always connected, and that's why we're on this mat doing what we're doing. Because the mind doesn't always communicate with you, but the body will. So in this movement, breathe into it. And maybe something releases that you've been holding on to that you didn't know about, but that was affecting you and affecting your life. And on the exhale, go ahead and roll back, knees to chest. Rock from side to side. Remembering here that it does start with us. Love, compassion, empathy. If we don't have it for ourselves, then we cannot generate it to others. It starts within us. So hug your knees into the chest and foster that relationship with yourself. If it's not grounded, other relationships around you can't be as well. And on the next breath, we'll go ahead and lower the legs down slowly. Lower the arms. Move the ponytail. Take deep breaths in through the nostrils and deep breaths out. Go ahead and remain in ending pose, this resting pose, as I come up and speak. We cannot control or change the conflicts in our life, but we can control how we feel about them. through the breath, through our intuition, through our guide. Each time you breathe, each time you surrender, you are shifting and changing within, even though you can't control everything around. So breathe into it. Even if the mind wanders, come back to the breath. Competency, the definition of competency is that you continually strive, you continually practice and learn. The day that you stop, you're incompetent. So practice competence. Continue to breathe, continue to work, continue to grow. With that said, go ahead and roll over to your right or left side in fetal position. Take a deep breath there. And when you're ready, rise up to where I'm sitting. The breath is such a powerful tool. I know I even forget that it's there, and I practice this, and I practice it, but then I forget. And that's a journey of our life. That we continue to remember and continue to forget and continue to remember. But the point is that you keep going. And on the inhale, we'll raise the arms out and up to the sky. Generating empathy, compassion, forgiveness to ourselves. And then generating empathy, compassion, and forgiveness to all those around us, to all those that we love and all those that we don't, because that will conquer more. Hands go to the mind, the head. We spend a lot of time here. Our thoughts, they overpower us, they hijack us from the moment. They take away from our reality. Let's take it back. One man said to another, "You're out of your mind." And he said, "Well, thank you. It took me a long time to get there." Getting out of here, getting out of our thoughts, ruminating over things, the past, the future, they're all just a story we tell ourselves. Getting into here, the heart center, the feelings, the empathy, the understanding, the moment of reality right now. Breathe into that. Thank you very much for sharing your practice out there and all your energy. Shalom, salam, namaste, jama, pes. Peace, peace,